Kwu Tung North has begun its first phase of development works, but that also means the old has to give way to the new. They include a 4-decade-old sawmill, Hong Kong's very last of its kind, which is forced to make room for the new Northern Metropolis. Jackie Lin reports.
Wooden strips, chiseled and sawed. Hammer them up, then comes your one and only handicraft stew, which also gives a second lease of life for discarded wood in the city. Touted as Hong Kong's very last temple of carpentry, Cheeky Sawmill and Timber is set to close for good after operating for some 40 years here in Kwu Tung North, an area that falls under the government's Northern Metropolis development plans. On its last day of business, volunteers there express pity as its workshops allow participants to use freshly sawed wood, an experience unique from other woodworking studios in industrial buildings. Echoing the sentiment is the helmsman of the family-run factory, Wang Hongkun. He says even if the traditional woodcraft falls into oblivion, he hopes the government will preserve their machinery in museums so as to preserve the city's carpentry legacy. Back in early 2019, the mill received an eviction notice. The Development Bureau says the relocation deadline has been postponed twice for the sawmill. Now the mill still holds some 800 tons of wood from fallen trees during typhoons, abandoned wooden utility poles and logs imported from Sabah. The government says the timber will be sent to the Yard Waste Recycling Center, with efforts made to recycle the material as much as possible. And as the city loses its last surviving sawmill, churning along is Hong Kong's industrial past and heritage, with hopes from the mill owner that the public and government can recognize the century-long history of our sawmill industry. Jackie Lin, TVB News.